Alright, so last time I was talking about sizing, getting your character into the right size before your pixel program. That's good. Let's go back to this one here. Cool, that's that. Great. Now I'm just gonna copy this one here. And I'm just copying from the line art layer. Go away. Alright, good. And oh, I didn't check what the size of this thing was. Its height is 1,178. Way too big. And I had to pick a size, didn't I? I didn't do that yet. So the size that I went with for mine was about here. Just a little under, say, about 100 pixels tall. Yeah, wait a minute. That's totally not 95 pixels against 114. Oh well, we will deal with that later. Anyway, here's my character here. And it's about 114 tall. Yeah, cool. I guess Sol was bigger than that. How big was he then? Let's just find him. Oh, I was reading the wrong one. 283, even bigger. 283, then that means I got all the sizes wrong in that last video. Awesome. 480 tall for Ragnar, the Blood Edge from BlazBlue. There you go. Pretty much double everything that I said last time. Anyway, okay, so go away, birdie. Let's go with a much smaller size. I'm just going to scale it down. I've got the pixels on the left-hand side here, and I'm just going to hit this little thing here, which just makes sure it stays in the right size. And let's say I decided, you know what, for the height, I want this character to be, actually, sorry, no, it's still different. Just make a new canvas. We'll go with that. All right, let's say I want the size to be, let's just go with 200 for now. Too long, that's okay. Paste it in. And let's change the size of this thing. I'm just going to lock this into here. Scale it down, scale it down, scale it down. So take your line art, get it to roughly the right size that you need it to be. And you might want to play with the different scaling options here. I'm just going to use by Cubic Automatic. It's going to make a lot of grays and anti-aliasing, but that'll do. It's okay for right now. Okay, so here's my character here. Sweet. I'm just going to copy her. Now the program I use is Asebrite, or however the hell you pronounce that. Let's make a new project in that. This program costs like 15 bucks, but honestly, it's super worth it. Now with the height, I said my character's 200, but I shouldn't stick to just 200. I need some breathing room for all my animations. So I'm just going to go with 300, and I'm just go with a box for now. I can always change the width later. I tend to choose indexed colors rather than having a full range of colors. I'm just going to go with a very small set of colors. Background transparent, sweet, hit OK. Now the great thing about Asebrite is that it comes with a whole bunch of useful features. The one that we'll be looking at here is layers, so very similar to Photoshop. I'm just going to paste this straight in here, and you see there's breathing room up and down, good. Now this layer here, I'm not going to work with it. It's going to be my guide. So I'm just going to deselect. Go to layer up the top here. New layer. Great. And what I'm really going to do is, instead of, I'm just going to lock down this layer, the original line art one. I'm just going to lock it. I'm going to draw on a layer above it to actually redraw all the line art. It's heaps easier to do it this way. I've tried all these various tricks to like get the line art to mostly copy in from Photoshop as best it can, but it creates so much cleaning that I feel like it's almost easier just to draw it again. So I'm just going to zoom in and do a very dirty job of this thing, because you're probably going to have to clean it up anyway, right? So I'm just going to quickly do this character. It's not going to be awesome. Yeah, cool. Eyebrow, eye, nose, mouth. Oh yeah, and remember how there was white around the cuffs of this thing around this jewel? I'm just going to draw that in later with color directly. It's okay if this takes ages, by the way, because the reason why I wanted you to do a pose in the first place was to help find a base kind of pose that your character is going to sit in while they're idling, and it'll give you a very good idea as to well, how to draw the rest of your frames, because once we got it in here into this program, I don't need to go back to Photoshop for every individual frame unless you really want to. But I'm going to take advantage of Aseprite, whatever you call it, and draw all the other frames in here directly. But using this first frame, I can work out my sizings and make sure everything stays consistent on all different frames. So this will be my like starting frame, which is going to be part of my idle, and it's also going to be used for guidance for the sizes of all my other frames. Okay. This is a good time to speed up your YouTube video or whatever you're watching this on. Now I'm doing this heaps quick. I did say stuff about cleaning the line art to look good, which I am going to talk about but not do because it'll take ages. Oh, by the way, when you remove the background and you've just got your line art, it's going to look probably shocking anyway until you get colors in there. So just be ready for that surprise. Almost done. Alright, I'm sure there's missing bits. Now, I was talking about cleaning up the line art before. Yeah, I mean, try to, as best you can, try to have, like, when you're going around corners and stuff in your pixel art, try to have it not do like a full, see I'm cutting out the corner pixel, so it's just not a bunch of pixels collected together. Because our eye jumps to heavier parts of the line art, that's why there's a big focus in that. And when you're doing like comics and stuff, it's like you can really focus the eye with just using a heavier brush on certain parts. And we don't really want that here. I'm gonna hide this one now. Now you can see I've gotten rid of the background layer. I'm just hiding it. It's still there if I need it. Cool. I didn't even do the other eye. That'll do for now. And that leg is way too thin. Yeah, so you can see there's stuff I'd want to change. Before I can add color, I've really got to tidy up all the holes in this thing. So what I mean by that is when you're playing with pixel art, stuff fills until it hits another color pixel. So I would need to join this gap up here so it can't escape. The blue can't escape out of the dress into the background. Shortcuts that I'm using, when I press Alt, it brings up the eyedropper. And I can just select the transparent color here, and I can use that as an eraser. Heaps easy. There is an eraser tool, but if you're just getting rid of a few pixels at a time, using Alt and just grabbing the transparent color is much quicker. I missed that part of the arm for some reason. And like I said, there'd be a bunch of spots that I'd fix in this because it doesn't look like how I imagined it. But I'm mostly just trying to fix the holes in the areas so it doesn't feel horrible. Alright, now I'm just going to grab white and just fill in each part, see if it mostly fills in okay. Oops. Ah yeah, see how that went blurred out everywhere? It's because I was missing one little pixel here. Cool. Alright, looks like my big areas are fairly okay. The small areas I can see that they're closed off. Alright, cool. Alright, we're going to color this in next time. So, deal with that soon. See you soon.